There's a very interesting mitzvah and halacha that's derived from Parshas Emor, which doesn't apply to all of us, because it has to do with shochtim. So for those of us who are shochtim, those of us who are slaughterers, this mitzvah applies. For those of us who are not shochtim and only benefit from the action of shochtim, from the slaughtering of the shochtim, there may still be a lesson that we learn from this mitzvah. The Torah says that if a person is shechting an animal, a shor, an ox, or a seh, oso v'espino lo sishchatu b'yom echad. One is prohibited from shechting the animal and the animal's offspring on the very same day. Now, we would think what that means is that if there is a shochet, and the shochet has 10 animals that he's going to shecht, so you should make sure that if two of those animals, one is a parent and a child, the animal and the child, so one cannot shecht the two of them on the same day. So to leave one of them has to leave the child for the next day. So the Gemara Maseches Chulin explains to us that's not only what it means. The Gemara says that if Ruvain, for example, was shechting an animal in some remote location in some village, the moment Ruvain shechts that animal, the animal's offspring is now prohibited from being shechted that day by Shimon, some other far-off location. They don't have to be near each other. But that means that as soon as Ruvain shechts an animal, the offspring of that animal becomes prohibited to anyone to shecht on that day. So Rav Zalman Saratskin Zechat Tzadik Levracha points out how unique a situation this is. A pele, a wonder, the fact that the actions of one Jew in one location, which are permitted, one is permitted to shecht a shor or a seh, an ox or a lamb, but the actions of one Jew in one location can impact and make something prohibited to another Jew in a different location. Now this offspring of the animal that was shechted in this location by Ruvain becomes prohibited to Shimon in a far-off location somewhere else. So we don't often see that when it comes to Torah, and there's a lesson to be learned from it. He explains the lesson is as follows: that Kol Yisrael Arevim Zelazeh, that all of the Jewish people are interconnected. The actions of one Jew in one location can inspire the actions of a Jew in another location, can impact the actions of a Jew in another location. And that we need to keep in mind that all of the Jewish people are in essence one. We have one neshama. Individually, we have our own neshamas, but collectively, we have one big neshama. We're separated by our guf, by various gufos, that we're separated by our bodies. But on a spiritual level, we're all united together as one. That is the message that this mitzvah teaches us. And it's so very important to point out that we are now toward the end of Sfira. We are now counting down the days, or counting up the days, till Shavuos, to Matan Torah. And as we stood to receive the Torah at Har Sinai, we did so ke'ish echad b'lev echad. We did so as one person, as an entire nation united with one heart. And so, B'nai Yisrael, we have this period of time of Sfira to focus on how we relate to our fellow Jews, to focus on the death of the Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva, shelo nahagu kavod zel hazeh, that they didn't honor each other like they should have, and the results of which were the plague that took place, and how we in our time need to continue to correct the efforts of the Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva and to learn the lesson. And that we need to recognize and understand that although as Jews we may not always agree, we may have differing opinions, ultimately we're all the part of one neshama, one soul. As we approach Shavuos, as we become ready to receive the Torah, let us recognize that just as we stood together at the foot of Har Sinai to receive the Torah, b'lev echad, with one heart, let's continue to look upon our fellow Jews and leave all of the things that divide us aside, but look at that which connects us, that which makes us whole and makes us one, that which we care about each other. In difficult times, we should also care about each other when things are going well for us as well. May we be zocheh to heed this message and indeed receive the Torah once again as new, but do so with feeling a tremendous sense of ahava, tremendous sense of love for all of our fellow Jews. Thank you for listening and have a good Shabbos.